Hello and welcome to My Xbox and Me, episode 206. I am one of your hosts, MC Fixer, alongside Crash. How are you?
Not too fresh, Crash, this time.
Look,
Interesting.
Look.
You're playing games with me and I don't like it.
What are you talking about?
I don't like the games. I'm not for them.
Either you like your nickname or you don't like your nickname.
I don't like it.
So I didn't say it this week.
You're up to something.
Why am I up to something? I'm just a nice
I
guy.
don't know.
I've always been a nice guy, Crash. So this week I've decided to truly be a nice person and not give you a nickname.
If you say so.
You want me to do it over?
No.
My
You keep
co-host,
going like this.
Too Fresh Crash.
I hate it when you call me that.
See what I mean?
Don't
I can't
like
win.
it.
I can't win. How you doing, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Not too bad. I feel like I ain't spoken to you in ages. It seems weird lately, where there's nothing to play. That's not true. That's such a big.
Stuff to play.
That's bullcrap. Yeah, there's plenty to play. Nothing that either of us want to play together.
Yeah.
And usually
I
one of us
downloaded
buckles by now.
I downloaded World War Z. You told me to. I downloaded it.
I was actually gonna play it today with Paul.
Oh, well, there we go.
Well, there you go. You know,
I'll be busy though, so.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're too busy for us. I understand.
Yeah.
Anything new going on?
No.
No, me either.
Same old since last week.
Yeah, sorry, nothing new either. Well, let's get to the rigmarole. You can get the show early over on patreon.com/mcfixer. You can find us on all podcast services around the world. iTunes, Spotify, Google Play.
SoundCloud.
No, not there. Can't get there.
My bad.
Remember to hit the subscribe button on any of those services, and the show comes out live for non-Patreon supporters every Friday. Remember to subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/mcfixer and youtube.com/myxboxandme. And yeah, events this month. My Xbox and Me, Jesus. Game night this month is the 26th of October. Matt, Little Smitty, is going to be dealing with that. I think he put up a poll and no one even bothered to vote on it. To be fair, he only put Gears of War in there, so I'm assuming that's why.
It was Gears of War and Destiny.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the Destiny. All I saw was Gears of War. I need to go back and check that. Sorry, I've been a bit occupied.
I think Destiny was winning out.
Good. Okay, so go try and play Destiny on the 26th as a community, so you should definitely go do that. I will be at EGX 2019 all 4 days from the 17th, which is this week, to the 20th. So if you're hearing this on Friday and you still want to come, there are still tickets available for Saturday, Sunday. Feel free, jump in, come see me, come check out some games. I'll be walking the show floor. People are more than welcome to join me the whole time I'm there. I've said this time and time again. I'm there. Let's just walk around. Let's play games. Let's chill. Let's relax. So let's do that. I might have to stop a few times and, do some work. But but let's chill. Also, I will be at EXO 2019, which is on the Thursday night, which is the 14th. And I will be there on Friday night, which is the 16th. Haley cannot make it anymore on the 16th, which is the Friday night. So, I think I'm going to give my ticket to Paul. But if he can't come, I'm giving it away to someone on my Xbox and Me podcast. Just so everyone's aware. So, fingers crossed Paul can't come, and then you guys might win. I want him to come because I like Paul, but I'm just saying, alright?
I don't know, you just said your fingers were crossed.
No, fingers crossed for everybody else, not for me. I'm good. I'm good, alright?
Okay. I got it.
Good, I'm glad you got it. No Patreon producer this month, so let's jump straight into topic of the show. And of course, it's the big topic on everyone's lips. Fortnite Chapter 2, the trailer has leaked. It shows a new map, boats, fishing, and more. The trailer for Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 1 has leaked and features what appears to be a brand new map, boat, a new progression system, and more, according to a report by PC Gamer. The trailer was originally posted by the Twitter account SkinTracker.com before being removed. Neither IGN nor PC Gamer were able to confirm when the video was originally obtained, but IGN has reached out to Skin Tracker for comment. Did you watch the trailer, Crash?
Yes.
What did you think?
It looked like more Fortnite.
Do you not think it looked cool? I actually really did. To be fair, I'll be honest, I feel like I'm caught up in a little bit of the
hype.
The hype. I am. I'm even on Twitch like at night now, like Is it updated? Is it updated?
Is it still the black hole?
Is it still? Yeah, like, so for those who don't know, and maybe you're living under a rock and you've only listened to my Xbox and me, Fortnite took the game down. Literally, they sucked the whole game into a black hole. Did you actually? I watched some of the videos because I obviously wasn't playing the game. Did you see what they actually did though? Like while you were in the game.
Yeah, yeah, that's how they've done all their events, which is actually really crazy. It's one of the most interesting things Fortnite does. Like Fortnite gets a lot of ish. Fortnite gets a lot of it, but I think they deserve like a good bit for the way they do their live events.
I mean, yeah, I think when Fortnite first came around, it was just a PUBG clone, and it's definitely now, obviously, not just now, but like it's totally the best battle royale out there. Even if you don't like the game, you have to respect what it's done. Whether it's being free to play, whether the way they've used microtransactions, if you like it or not, that's down to you. But the world stuff is really cool. Like even if you wasn't in the game but you was in the map, it sucked in, not the map, the like loading screen. It sucks you in. All of it. It was just was like, wow. They just didn't care. It's just like, wow, how name another game that can be offline for 2 days now
and get that many views.
And it's got over, I think it generated that first day it went down over 6 million views.
Yeah.
Across all platforms.
I don't know if any game right now has like that type of power. Like my mind wants to say like World of Warcraft, but I don't think it'd get those numbers.
Not like that.
World of Warcraft isn't really a Twitch game. Like it's bigger on Twitch now than it was.
I'm talking not even just Twitch though. I'm just talking
YouTube and I mean like live streaming platforms.
Yeah, but I'm talking like, have you seen the videos of like the kids like screaming at their TV because Fortnite's
I haven't.
Yeah, like it's great, like little kids like bursting out into tears, like Fortnite's gone, mum, oh my god, what am I gonna do type situation. I'm like, what? Like it's nuts. It's absolutely crazy that this has happened, and yeah, I'm really interested. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as this all happened, I started reinstalling Fortnite again. I was like, damn, just give me a mode without building. Just give me a mode, or with minimal building.
It's not gonna happen.
I know, but why?
Building's the appeal of Fortnite.
No, it's not. Not to me.
You have no appeal of Fortnite. That's why you deleted it.
That's not true. I do have. I'm just not good at the game. That's why I deleted it. I deleted the game because I wasn't good at the game. Simple.
So then get good.
I was scared you were going to say that.
That's literally the only answer.
I was scared you were going to say that. Let's bring in Zyga here because he has a little something to say, which is, listening to episode 205, Kresh was talking about Fortnite. Yeah, we're going to say Kresh, not me. Kresh was talking about Fortnite and asking if it was done. Kresh then theorized that the game's popularity must be going down since they added bots, and that Fortnite must be over. Now that Fortnite has had its biggest marketing stunt in the past decade, getting news outlets outside of the gaming industry and getting millions of views for their event, how dumb does Kresh feel, thinking Fortnite was done? Kresh, how do you feel?
If you go back and watch that podcast, I specifically said that Fortnite's not done. Because I always say that. I hate when people say, game's dead. Games don't die if you say a game's dead because you're talking about the game.
I'll be honest, I don't remember, all jokes aside, it says both of us. I don't remember us saying the game was dead because it was adding bots. I don't remember saying that.
I think we talked about player base because we talked about how viewers are lower and streamers stop playing it. And there's generally less discussion about it, and they're adding bots. And then we brought up, what's the game? Hi-Rez's game? Rom Royale, and Rom Royale added bots because they had a lower player base. I don't remember us directly tying it to Fortnite, but we brought up the comparison. Maybe. I'm
go on.
Does that make me feel dumb? No, because we don't know the whole picture, right? Epic has the whole picture of like, oh, we're doing all this and we're gonna have this big launch, and people who come back into the game are gonna be able to play because there's gonna be bots.
Yeah,
I mean, and all this.
As much as I'm not looking forward to the bots, I kind of am.
You are?
Yeah, kind of. Like, if you're going to give me a game with like 50 bots, 50 humans, and it means I'm going to be able to get to the last 10 and then have a chance of killing somebody, I kind of, I don't know. Like, a part of me doesn't want that, but a part of me does.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure they're adding, like, it's skill-based matchmaking now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they are,
So that means that there's a possibility once you get higher that they're not going to have bots in your games, and that's only for like a low level people. Maybe. So if you're like a bronze or a silver or something like that, they'll throw bots into your games.
But to answer Zyga's question, I don't feel dumb because I still feel like I was right. Last week I was right in what I was saying, which was Fortnite was on the decline. Fortnite's only on the up because of this big marketing push. And don't get me wrong, I am willing to say I think it might be the best marketing strategy ever in video games. Bar none.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
go on.
This is somewhat of like an expansion of what we've seen being really popular lately. You remember when Apex Legends came out, they had a stream where they just showed one thing. And that's kind of this to a much larger degree with the live event and everything.
No, dude, this is so much bigger. This is so much bigger. Like, I've not for me who doesn't care about Fortnite, I am logging on every single day.
Right.
To go, not even every single day, hour by hour, just to like bring it up on my iPad and go, does it happen? Does it happen? No. Okay.
Right.
And like I'm searching out videos. I was like looking into like the numbers thing, which is like this is how they figured out some stuff. I was like, why do I care about this game? I don't care about this game. Why am I doing this? It's bigger than the game at this point, which is nuts.
The similarity I brought up wasn't necessarily how big it is, but how it was pushed out. How they have the black hole 24/7.
Yeah, but even still, like this is bigger than that because they took the game offline. Like,
right. No, you're absolutely right. I'm just saying.
Like, there's no. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah. But to me, it's just like there's no. I can't name another game that's done a marketing thing like this where I'm like, huh, you've won me over in your marketing. I never think about games marketing ever. Like this was a case of, you know what? I respect what you've done here, which is you've turned the game off and you have built up so much hype that it's got out to more casual than even casual audiences. Yeah. Like, it's just nuts. I'm so shocked. I'm so shocked in how big
anybody who's ever played Fortnite, whether it was like a match or something, is going to be interested to get back into it.
Yeah.
What's the change going to be? Why'd they take it offline? What's the difference? What's all this?
Yeah.
What's it all about now? It's basically, people are calling it Fortnite 2. I wouldn't categorize it as Fortnite 2, but it's kind of the equivalent of that, right?
It's as close to a Fortnite 2 as possible.
Exactly. It's going to get all the old players, all the new players, everyone's
going back. Everybody's going back. I don't see there being many people, anyone who generally is interested in the game, like somewhat interested, I'd say, is going back. Like, you just want to see what the big differences are now. And I don't even want to watch the big differences. I want to see for myself and actually be like, oh, like I do want to check out the fishing. I do want to check out the new leveling system. Is that then the new leveling system, is that going to benefit me in any way that means I don't have to be great at the game? Or like, because I actually enjoy being in Fortnite. Like, I enjoy building in Fortnite, just not to the level of everybody else.
I really liked when it was you build the ramp and then you build the wall, and that's about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's like my level.
Or blocking bullets with walls as you're running, and like the simple stuff. Like, I was watching Tim the Tap Man the other day, and he was watching his first ever game of Fortnite, and I was like, the good old days. The good old days where like you didn't understand certain things, and it's the same.
Everybody was bad. Ninja was bad. Courage was bad. Everybody, all the good players, all the bad players, they're all in the same pool.
Yep. And
just you had a better shot back then. Now it's
because it was. I never felt like I needed to be good at building then. I knew that you could just build a little 1x1 and jump up and do your ramp and you're done. You're sorted. Now it's build up into the sky and keep jumping, and I'm like, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yep.
But I did just say to you, I'm tempted to practice and actually like dedicate like a whole week to play it, but actually practice certain aspects as well. Like go into the I got that little 1v1 part, or whatever it is, and like actually learn how to do things. Like watch some YouTube videos. Maybe I'll pay a Fiverr coach to teach me how to build.
I wouldn't trust the Fiverr coach.
What?
You can get as much you can get from a Fiverr coach, probably from a YouTube video.
Nah, they're coaches, Crash. They're coaches.
I forgot they're certified.
They're certified
went to college for it.
Yep. Definitely. They're Fortnite coaches. Yeah. Come on. Anything we're missing on this Fortnite topic that you want to
add? No, but it's going to be if you go back,
No, don't put it on me.
If it wasn't for if you don't go back, I'm not going back.
Got ya.
But what's gonna be funny is you're gonna go back and you'll be like, man, I didn't know when they added this, and it's gonna have been in the game for like the past 3 or 4 months.
No, I've played it since then.
We'll see.
We will see. We will see.
We'll see.
Let's get into Fix a Sack. This is where you can send in your questions, emails, comments, concerns, thoughts on the show. You can email in at myxboxandbpodcast@gmail.com, or I put up a post on Discord, which is my Discord, MC Fixer, or in our Facebook group, My Xbox and Me Podcast. We put up a question there. You can post whatever you like. First one says, do you think sports games should go live game direct like Destiny, that you get the base game and they just build on that, offering DLC like story modes, franchises, add-on, etc. So we can be done with the annual game and just combine and just continue. And just have a continuing game from Jason Halls. Hals? Hals. Halls. I'd say Halls. This is a really good question. Because I've just finished playing NBA 2K, which we'll get into a bit later, and I've been playing a bunch of FIFA. And I don't care about VOA. I don't care about the career mode. I haven't even touched Pro Clubs yet. So a part of me is like, yeah, I could have totally just paid my £60 for the year for a online service game or whatever it is, and then they could charge me the microtransactions, yada yada yada, and then run in subscription, whatever. I just don't think it's ever going to happen yet, because they make you're talking about such a casual audience. The thing with Destiny is somewhat hardcore. It has a somewhat hardcore audience with a few casual sprinkled in. The people that buy NBA, FIFA, Call of Duty, NFL, they are casual. They are the core of casual players. So why not milk them for £60 every year? And not let them even think about it. They're gonna I'm part of that. Don't get me wrong. I buy FIFA. I've bought FIFA every year since probably like 95 or something, and I had the ones before that on the Mega Drive. But I will continue to buy FIFA. Do I agree with FIFA being good? No, FIFA's not good this year. It's not bad, but it's not good. It has no improvements. It just feels a bit bleh. So for a year like this, I'm like, yeah, I wish I would have just paid, I don't know, for 3 months of it and played my fill and then got out. But I don't know. It's a hard question. Do I feel like it should happen? Probably yes. Will it happen? No.
Yeah, I don't see it happening. They make too much money, and like you said, it is the people who play sports games tend to be the casual of core audience. They're not hardcore gamers usually. They just buy every sports game, and they'll buy year after year. And they're hardcore for those games.
Yeah, and before either of us get eaten alive by anybody, we understand that hardcore players play FIFA as well, and there are hardcore dedicated audiences to those games. But my mate Mickey, he buys FIFA, he plays WWE 2K20. No matter how bad it is, he buys NFL. Done. He's a casual gamer. Like, he doesn't play anything but those 3 games.
Yeah. So it's like, no matter what they do, they won't drive away those casual players.
Exactly.
So and they keep putting out these really, really not good microtransaction systems, and the casual's still going to buy it, even if they don't put enough money into those microtransaction systems, because there will be somebody who does.
But they do, as I say. But the problem is that there is always someone who does, and that's why it happens. And why confuse the marketing and the messaging on this, which is, now buy FIFA once and pay a monthly subscription. We've already got too many monthly subscriptions, honestly. With Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime and Xbox Live and PSN and to add another one to that.
I don't think he's talking about monthly.
No, it's not about a games of service where you pay, but they would never do it like that. That's never going to be. It's going to be a case of pay up for a year, or pay up in 6 months, or pay up in 3 months, which is a subscription service. That's how
there's also there's also a lot of people that wouldn't buy the different game modes.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of people who just play like 1v1s either online or with their friends.
Ultimate Team. If we talk about FIFA, it's most of the FIFA audience play Ultimate Team. And then there's a very small audience of people who are very vocal, but a very small audience of people who play career mode. But it just doesn't make sense to separate all of that.
Yeah.
And no one would care. I'm someone who was preaching so hard for a FIFA story mode. I got it, and it was bad.
Yeah.
And that's the end of it. I played the first 2, and I was like, the last one, I was like, I'm good. No, thank you. I'm good. Like, if I had bought that would have left such a sour taste in my mouth if I bought it just for that mode.
Right.
So
and it ended up being bad.
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't see it happening.
What if you buy Ultimate Team and then you still have to put in the microtransactions to it?
That's always going to be the case. That's always going to be the case.
But I'm saying, like, right now you buy FIFA as a whole and then you have to put money for microtransactions. But what if you buy just Ultimate Team for like $20 or $30 and then you have to put more money into it?
But the thing is, I'd probably, if you want me to be deadly honest with you, if they did that this year, if they were like, Ultimate Team's a separate game and it costs you £30, I would have probably put another £30 into Ultimate Team in FIFA points. So,
but
go on.
The way it's worded in the question would be you buy the default game and then you buy Ultimate Team on top of that. So it wouldn't be $60 or $30.
But then how much is? Yeah, but how much is? But then but that's not how I market it. Even Destiny's not like that. Like they offer you the base game and then they offer you a DLC pack which will cover
Yeah.
So like they don't separate Crucible with.
But you also have to remember
with I don't know what other.
You also have to remember who's putting this out. EA. It would be it'd be EA. It'd be these big companies who are used to making a lot of money.
Even EA are not that stupid.
You don't think so?
Even EA, no, because it's like I say, it's that messaging, it's that marketing again. It's like you already know how to market a casual game to a casual audience, which is here's the game, buy it. And then we'll take even more money off you in microtransactions. Why confuse that in any way, shape, or form?
Oh, 100%. I agree. I don't think this ever happens unless like somebody like maybe Pro Evolution Soccer might do something like this at some point.
They sort of did it. They did it on FIFA 19 where they put out the game as a base free to play, so you could play the online mode and exhibition, but you couldn't play their version of Ultimate Team. So you could play the game pretty much, but you couldn't play all of the modes, and then you could buy it and yada yada yada. But again, no one cares about Pro.
Yeah.
So
it really is that case of like, for this to become like a normal thing, it has to be like a big sports franchise. It has to be a FIFA. It has to be an NBA. It has to be an NFL.
It doesn't even have to be that though. It has to be there has to be competition. FIFA has no competition. NBA has no competition. NFL has no competition. MLB The Show has no competition.
Yep.
Like those are the I don't think I've missed that. Oh, the hockey one. NHL has no competition. Before I offend like Super Killer Bunny or something. Without competition, they don't have to change. Like if there was a equivalent to FIFA and FIFA hadn't sold the license to EA, like if the licenses were just open fair play for everybody and then the best game wins, you would see more stuff happening in the industry in sports games. But because I've already gone through it, everyone owns the licenses. It was the highest bidder for those licenses because those licenses were worth billions, if not millions, if not billions.
Yeah.
Like, there's just never going to be that competition. EA have tried with the NBA series.
Yeah.
And the problem is when you don't have the fan base and it's EA again, they didn't make a great NBA game, it's the problem. It's just like, it's not worth doing. It just doesn't sell. Everyone knows you buy a 2K for that and FIFA and NFL and Madden and all that for that. It's like, yeah, you can have like the offshoots. Like, always like the NFL streets and stuff like that on the PSP and stuff. Those used to be dope, but it's just like no one's making those anymore.
Yeah,
so
they probably don't sell as much. They don't sell enough copies.
Probably.
And why do that when you can put out the regular one with like a side mode that'll attract the people who are into that, and then they'll buy it.
Exactly.
And like, oh, this isn't really what I wanted.
Yeah. No, exactly. It's a shame, but that's just the way it is. Next up, what do you think the Fable series will come back? When do you think the Fable series will come back, if at all? Do you think it will be a reboot or built off the lore of the previous games from Zyga? Zyga, we are going to see Fable at EXO 2019. I'm going to be in the crowd, and you're going to hear me go, whoop, woo! Watch it, yeah? Everyone, you ready?
You're going to go, whoop, woo!
Ready.
That exact.
Trust me. When you hear it, you're going to be reacting to it, Chris. When you hear it, you're going to be like, damn, fix this.
That's
fix
my boy.
Fix a new.
Yeah.
Do I think it'll be a reboot or built off the lore? I feel like it will be a reboot. I feel like it's probably time for Fable. Fable has enough fanfare that they could start again. And as long as they keep the core of what the game is and build off of that, it could be a dope-ass game, man. It really could. I loved Fable 2 and 3. Like, I actually did. Like, people didn't like 3, but I really enjoyed both of them. it's one of those games that I remember playing and just being like, wow, this is dope.
Yeah. I love 2.
I tell you,
was okay.
I tell you why I think I love both those games. Because I didn't know who Peter Molyneux was at the time. I didn't know about all of the plant of seeds and grow a tree, and I didn't know any of that. Like, I remember playing those games before being entrenched in the industry the way I am now.
That helps a lot.
So I didn't understand, like, when people like, this game's trash. I'm like, what? I really like this game. I can buy houses. I'm earning money while I'm... I remember earning money not in the game and thinking that was the coolest thing because people were still paying me rent. Like, that, I remember, like, having the what were they? Like the orbs floating around, which were other players, and like someone just gifted me like £1 million, and like I thought, I thought that was the coolest. Like I really did. I really loved that game. I ended up playing that game again with Haley. Both of them two just like, you need to play this, and being like, yes, it's dope.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The thing with those games was Peter Molyneux and everything he promised for those games.
Yeah,
because if you just go in and play those games, those are very
That's
fun
what I
games.
did.
Yeah. I like, honestly, I could see these going either a reboot or building off the lore. I could see it honestly going either way, where they keep the lore, they go in a completely like new area for the story that doesn't like really tie in too much of the past, or they go back to Fable 1 and sort of like retcon that and redo it.
I kind of feel like because of Game Pass and seeing how many players they have nowadays on each their new series, why not reboot?
Yeah,
because it's going to get a brand new set of eyes, and when you already come in with a preconception of what this is, which is, we're still going to do that, but just reboot it. And like, I played the beginning of Fable 1 like when it came to backwards compatibility, because I was like, oh, I've never played this, let me try it, and I was like, oh, this is cool, I get it now. Like, I don't need to play through the whole thing, which is a shame because I know it's meant to be a great game. But
one's really, really good.
I would love 1 to be rebooted and then but add co-op.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I really think this could be cool.
Agreed.
So thank you for the questions. I appreciate it. And last question this week is: do you ever wish Xbox got into the handheld market at some point? From Seb. Yes. Seb.
No.
Yes. I wanted Xbox in the handheld market. The day I got a 360, I wanted it so bad because remember originally I was a PlayStation guy. I was first a Sega kid. Then I had a Nintendo 64. Well, actually, I had both. And then I went to PlayStation. PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2. And then I went to 360 because of Fight Night. Because that game was epic. And I remember when the PSP, because the first console I ever bought myself, saved up all my money working at Clark's, out in the stockroom, and bought a PSP. I remember when I got a 360, I was like, imagine a PSP for Xbox version, and like earning achievements, and that's all I wanted for the longest time. And I searched for it. I remember obviously Google Smart Glass, and I thought, wow, this could be something. It wasn't. Nope. I remember buying my first ever Windows 10 laptop and not having achievements, and like, oh, it's happening, and then that wasn't it. And then I remember streaming to your PC from a different or your laptop, and that didn't work properly, and like, oh. So I've always wanted it because I remember I used to spend a lot of time. I bounced from house to house to house a lot. So I remember spending so much time at Haley's Nan's and having to bring my 360 with me and a TV and like literally everything with me, and like that was just like, this is ridiculous. And I remember when I bought my first Vita and being like, my brother-in-law was like, oh, if you want to play any of my games, I can remote play for you. And I was like, what? So I'm playing Resogun on my Vita downstairs and be like, why hasn't Xbox got this? Oh! Like, literally. So, yes, I have wanted it so bad, but we're there now. We finally got there with Project xCloud. I've not put in the show notes this week, but they're starting to accept people for Project xCloud and people are playing it. And so far, people seem to be enjoying it. It seems to be working. But we'll wait until it gets the widespread and I get to get my hands on it. I haven't been accepted yet, so I'm very upset by that. Yeah. What about you,
Microsoft? Not really. I wasn't like, I was always like, I was more so a Sony guy than a Xbox guy for a very long time.
Well, you still kind of are.
Yeah.
Which is
kind of.
It's strange. You kind of are, but you kind of ain't. Like,
yeah, I'm very middle of the road, to be honest. I love my Xbox. I love my PlayStation.
You play all your third-party games on Xbox, like.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but that's also because like I got my Xbox before I got a PS4 because I wanted to play with friends. So I like started getting achievements and all that stuff on it. And it's like, I don't really hunt for achievements, but I like that number going up.
I like it popping. Exactly. So,
yeah. So and it's also easier than having to switch between consoles and all that. But yeah, like a handheld Xbox was never really something I was really into. I got a PSP, loved it. I never really needed that on the Xbox side because the Xbox back then, really, in terms of exclusives, only had Halo and Gears of War.
Still to this day.
Yeah, it's not like you really had that library.
No,
whereas on the PSP, I had God of War. I had God of War. Sony had a whole bunch of first party.
If you want to go
PSP
Vita, it was even PSP. I mean, there was a ton of games. There was a ton of exclusives. Yeah. They did a great job with third parties, convincing them to actually develop for the system. Where Xbox had never had that relationship, it seemed like.
Yeah, until more like now they're starting to build better relationships and all that.
100%.
So nowadays, a handheld, I'd say yeah, but we're basically getting that now.
Yeah, nowadays.
So there's no point in it. Yeah.
Like, I don't think PlayStation are going to do a Vita 2. And I don't think Xbox would ever do a handheld either now. Like, there's no point. The Switch is the perfect handheld. It is. Like, it's the perfect handheld.
It's your home console on the go.
Exactly.
But it's also, handheld consoles are really, really hard to do.
Yes.
Like, the Vita didn't do good. And the PSP was super successful. But part of the reason it was super successful was because it was really easy to hack.
Yes.
And you could play a bunch of like Super Nintendo games on it and all those old PS1 games. And that's what people did with it. They'd buy PSPs in bulk, hack them, sell them with a bunch of games on them.
Yep.
The same reason the DS was sort of like popping back when it came out.
It had the emulator cards. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Nintendo's so like ingrained as a handheld system that the Switch will sell like hotcakes even if you can't hack it, which I don't think you can hack it right now.
I mean, you probably can, but I've not looked into it just because I don't want my system to be bricked or anything. Yeah, so I'm not even risking that. No thanks. I just want my Luigi's Mansion and Mario Party. Like, leave me be, all right?
Exactly. But yeah, I never really yearned for it.
Fair enough. Thank you all for the questions. Appreciate it. Again, you can email in myxboxandmepodcast@gmail.com. Queue up as many as you want, or wait for the post to go up on Discord, or on the Facebook group. So, yes. Kresh, let's get into what's been in our box, dude. What you've been playing this week?
I've played 3 games other than Destiny.
Okay.
I've played Creature in the Well.
Oh, you started it. Yeah.
Played it for like 15 minutes.
Didn't like it.
It was I was looking more for like an action game.
Oh yeah.
And that was a puzzle game. I wasn't expecting that. Because I remember watching the trailer and I remember the dude swinging a sword, so I was like, this is an action game. Yeah. And I got into it and it was a puzzle game. I was like, it's not bad, it's just not what I was looking for.
I've heard great things about it. I've heard so many people say they love that game. I've almost downloaded it and I was like, you know what? No. It's a puzzle game, and I knew it was a puzzle game. And I was like, I'm just gonna get frustrated and end up looking it up. Like, what? There's apps like not. You do what you want out there, world. But for me, there is no point in playing a puzzle game and having to look up every single puzzle.
Yeah. I got up to a puzzle that like I knew how to do. I just couldn't do it. God. I mechanically couldn't do it. And I was like, you know what? This just isn't for me.
Fair enough.
And then I played Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, which is the Power Rangers fighting game.
Yeah, I know. I think they offered me a code for that, and I was like, no thanks.
Should have taken it. It's very fun. If you like Marvel vs. Capcom, 2 in particular,
shit.
It's really good. It's a really good game.
It looks awful.
No way. It's
so
good.
The same game? What's it called?
Power Rangers Battle for the Grid.
Okay.
It looks like a mobile game.
That's what I'm...
But it's $20. It's a $20 game.
I don't care. It should be looking like a mobile game.
It's so fun.
Really?
Yeah, it's really... If you're into fighting games, I recommend it. It was on sale for $13. By the time this comes out, it probably won't be on sale anymore.
Dude, this looks like a PS2 game.
It's so good, though.
Yeah, nah.
It's fun.
Yeah,
it's a fun game.
I'm sure, but no, thank you. No, thank you.
If you like Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
So what is good about it? Let's be serious. What is good about it?
The fighting, the combat, the way the mechanics work. It literally like, yeah, it's take Marvel vs. Capcom 2 or 3, put Power Rangers in it, and that's what you have.
Damn. It actually does have a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah, no, it's a really solid game, and it's only $20, so it's not like
breaking the bank.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And then I also played Legend of Wizards.
What the hell was that?
It's on Game Pass as well.
You've been trying to play some Game Pass games, Chris.
Yes. Okay. So me and Fix talked about it. And I was like, I'm gonna try and play Game Pass games every week just to like discuss it.
Something
like,
different. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll keep up with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. I'll try to the best of my ability. But yeah. Let me.
Yeah, I can talk about what I've been playing anyway. I played so much this week, which is nuts.
Wizard of Legend.
What's it?
It's Wizard of Legend.
Yeah. So what is it? Any good? What is it? Talk to me.
Yeah. So it's a roguelike. It's a roguelike game where you play a wizard. You go through. You collect spells. You can buy spells, and then when you go through the level, you can earn spells that you lose at the end of it. But basically, it's like getting the right spells to do bigger combos, which lets you do your ultimate.
Okay.
It's a fun game. It's a roguelike. You go through, the levels are completely randomized. There's 4 different types of stages, I think. It's super action packed. It is a top down game, so if you don't like top down games,
not for you.
I'd classify it as a top down game. I don't know if it technically is.
Is it 2.5? Where it's sort of
like
that.
Yeah. So I like it. I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun. If you have Game Pass, you guys are looking for something to play, I would highly recommend it.
Fair enough. I've been playing more FIFA 20, which is just usual. I finally packed a decent player, so very happy about that. Still put no money into it. Jeez, my voice keeps going. Yeah, played that. I finished NBA 2K20 story mode. So I've now finished. Well, I say I finished that. It's that weird thing where they do the story in the beginning, don't they? And then they bring you into a season, and it just carries on from there. So I finished the main story arc. It's fine. It definitely has problems in like the way the game runs. Like in its cutscenes, it jolts and pauses sometimes, where like they'll be talking about, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? So there was that. Again, I'm a sucker for a story mode in a sports game because I always wanted to be an athlete. I was never cut out to be. So whenever I can put myself sort of in that situation, I love doing that. So there was that. What else did I play? I finished Ghost Recon Breakpoint, the story.
Yes. Yay or nay?
I don't think it's fair to just say yay or nay.
Okay.
I think that game is so many more layers than just a yay or nay, unfortunately. I wish it was just a yay or nay. The game has so many problems, and they've still not patched it, so bug-wise...
So no patch at all?
I don't think I've experienced a patch yet. There might have been one, but I've missed it, but it hasn't. Since the last time I played it, which was... Monday, I finished it? I think I finished it Monday. Friday night or Monday? No, yeah, it must have been Friday. Friday night, yeah, Friday. But yeah, I finished the story. It's a weird one though. I finished the story and now I'm more compelled to play the game even more so. Because of that Ubisoft element of like, go here, collect this, go here, collect that, go here, collect that. Numbers up. Like,
you don't feel pressured to do anything anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like go out, do whatever I want, pick anywhere to go.
Exactly. Okay. Yeah. It is a really, really strange one where it's again, I've said it so many times, but it's moment to moment gameplay for me is actually fun and enjoyable. Like I like how serious it is in some parts. And I like the shooting of the game. I like being able to sit up on a tower and snipe people out. And like when that happens and you do it, it feels brilliant. It really does. That doesn't happen very often with me because I'm just not good at the game. But then I enjoy that moment of like, oh crap, and then I'm sprinting around and I'm shooting everyone, and like that is all fun. It's just like I said, its gear system is pretty bland and boring, but I'm glad it's there. It is bland and boring, but I am glad it's there. It adds the reason for me to even check out any other gun, or to upgrade any other gun, or to look at any other gun. It does add something there, as much as it is just a number going up. That is literally all it is, but unfortunately that's kind of all I needed in it. Yeah,
it's also kind of like gamifying the game in a way, right?
I think the problem I always had with Wildlands was it never forced me to change gun, it never forced me not to use a helicopter. And this game's kind of the same. It is pretty much like throw my drone up, mark everywhere. Oh, there's a fast travel point. Fast travel there, grab a helicopter, go to my mission. It is very similar, but just the way I approached the game was different. Yeah. So there was that. I mean, I would like to get 3 other people to the raid level and try out the raid. Will that happen? Probably not. Because I feel like the problem is the story is that bad that I couldn't convince you right now to say it's worth it to play through the whole story. Like, because it just isn't. Like, the story isn't good. Like, if you're literally doing it, if you ignore the story maybe, and then like, if you prepared yourself better, which was like, all right, Fixer, get in a helicopter, you're just gonna fly me to each point, and we're gonna sneak in. I'm just gonna sneak in, get the person, and then sneak out. Because you could do that, but it's just not fun. It's just not fun, unfortunately. It sucks, but it's the truth. Ghost Recon is just the story's just not fun at all. It's not engaging. It's not anything. I need to try the side quests because I actually heard some decent stuff about the side quests, and I've not touched any of them. So I will eventually go back and play that game. Definitely. The story clearly ends where like the season pass stuff's gonna start.
Right.
And I'm like,
they left a lot to be done in the story. From what I saw.
Yeah. Where I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I will go back because full transparency, Ubisoft gave me the Ultimate Edition, me and Crash the Ultimate Edition, so we've got the season pass. So maybe when that drops, I will go back and check it out because why not? But I don't know.
Yeah.
Other than that, what have I played? I literally played a couple matches of Apex. The new map.
Oh yeah, we did.
We almost won, but we didn't win. We lost because of Crash.
I don't remember what happened when we lost, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't my fault.
Nah, it probably wasn't. I can't really talk too much about that though, because I don't really know Apex the way some people do. The new map seemed cool.
Yep, it looked very pretty.
Yeah,
very colorful compared to like Apex used to look very bland. I liked Apex, but it was an incredibly bland map where everything was like brown. It was brown or green. For the most part, it was brown.
Yeah.
This is lots of greens, lots of blues, lots of reds, lots of colors popping, which is really nice.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and that is everything that I've been playing this week. Let's get into the news. Not much news this week, Chris, but there is a few bits. First one is Halo Infinite dev assures everyone that the creative dilemma at 343 after... There's no creative dilemma, at 343 after lead producer leaves. Back in August, it was reported that Halo Infinite creative director Tim Logan, I'm going to go with that, left 343 Industries as part of the leadership shuffle. Over the weekend, Halo Infinite executive producer and lead campaign producer Mary Olsen also left 343. Inciting concerns over the status of the Microsoft Next Halo game. And 343 employee has clarified that what Olsen's departure actually means for the Halo Infinite project. Quote, I want to jump in and clarify that Tim and Mary roles were at the studio because they seem to be quite a bit of confusion here. Wow, that's a name. June Juritsky wrote in a Reddit comment. Is that right?
Junisek. That we're butchering that name, and I apologize.
From a Reddit account, quote: Tim's role as creative director was to help make creative decisions around the design and direct of the game, whether it was the campaign, multiplayer, etc. Mary's role as an executive producer and then lead producer on the campaign was to drive the game to its completion for our holiday 2020 release date, with the latter specifically focusing on the campaign deliverables. Unfortunately, Fred's title saying he was replaced with Mary Olsen and she also left is far from accurate. It implies that Mary took over creative control of the entire game, didn't like what she saw, and then decided to leave. If that was what actually happened, I could totally understand getting worried, but that isn't the case, as she was a lead producer and not a creative director. Crash, are you worried about the next Halo game with all this leaving and things that are going on in the studio?
Not really.
Fair enough.
I feel like that game's far enough along that it kind of has what it's gonna be cemented, they have like the heads of other departments that maybe can lead this into completion. I don't really know. I don't really know enough about like Halo and how big he was to the past games to really know how big of a departure this is.
Got ya. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever comforting when someone leaves, and especially when two higher ups leave. Especially a big project like Halo. Like, it's not like a little side game. It's Xbox's biggest franchise of all time. So I do think there's calls for concerns a little bit, but I do also agree that I'm not gonna run around screaming right now. Like, this could be nothing. It could be a case of just shuffling. It could be a case of wanting to do other things. It could be a case of the studio not being the right fit. It could be a case of so many things. So I don't know. I hope Halo Infinite's great, and we'll find out relatively soon now. So relatively.
Does that game have a release date?
2020. It's the release date of the Xbox. Day one, isn't it?
Oh yes. Okay.
Launch title, baby. That's nuts.
Having Halo as a launch title, yeah, that's really big.
I haven't had that since the original Xbox. So. Next up, Microsoft introduced swear filters for Xbox. Microsoft has implemented a new system of text filters that allow Xbox users to hide swearing, insults, and other vulgar language. The new system has been introduced for the Xbox Insiders today and will be activated for all users by the end of the year. It will not only apply to Xbox One consoles, but also mobile app and Windows 10, Xbox Game Bar, and Xbox app. The filters will initially be applied to text messages, but will expand over time to compress users' profiles, clubs, and the activity feed, and the LFG bulletin board. There will be 4 levels of filters: friendly, medium, mature, and unfiltered. Different levels can be activated for different forms of communication, such as private messages or messages requests. The aim is to allow Xbox users to customize how they communicate with their friends, versus and other users. This is dope.
Yeah.
This is dope. Like, really, as someone who gets racial abuse a lot, I will definitely take this. I'm always worried when I open a message on Xbox.
Yeah.
Especially on stream, because I'm like, especially when I was playing Rainbow. Like, that was the dark days. It hasn't been too bad. I've been trying to spread a little bit of positivity out there, Crash. I've been playing FIFA, as I've said, and FIFA can be quite toxic from time to time as well. After every game, I send the person a message saying GG.
I'm gonna be real, that's pretty positive, but like, do you send it to people you beat?
Every person.
Okay. If I got beat and somebody sent me GG, I'd be like, well, that's one toxic person. Not because they're toxic, but just because I'm salty, you know?
Yeah. No, it happened because I beat a guy. I beat a guy 4-3, but he scored in the last minute, and then I scored again in the last minute. And I was like, damn, that was a really good game. Let me message him saying GG. And I just got a response GG. And I was like, there are still good people out there in the Xbox world.
I do that all the time when I play Overwatch or League or something. But
that's PC, right?
Yeah, it's easier to type in
easy
PC
on PC. It's easy on PC. It's not easy on console. It's one more step.
Correct.
It's one more step too far.
Sometimes it's more than one step because you have to open the scoreboard and then you have to.
No. It was
scroll down to their name.
Literally, I just went to recent players and then was like the first person who popped up. I was like, GG, man.
Got it.
GG. I'm proud of you.
Yeah. No, this is a really cool thing.
Yeah.
I'm sure all the chat bots that come into my messages and tell me they knew me in high school are going to be disappointed by this, you know?
Yeah, they're not going to be happy. They're not going to be happy. I don't want to buy their premium Snapchats and stuff. So,
yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, good old Xbox doing the right thing. Last news story of the week is Cyberpunk 2077 won't have microtransactions because CD Projekt Red doesn't want to lose the goodwill of their customers. Cyberpunk 2077 is an upcoming open-world first-person RPG from CD Projekt Red, which is set to launch later in April. It won't offer any microtransactions. CD Projekt Red is attending PAX Australia and showcasing more than 1 hour of Cyberpunk 2077 footage to the public. GameSpot had the chance to interview CD Projekt Red John Mammins, who is head of CD Projekt Red Cargo office, and had him answer a number of questions, including microtransactions and possible Nintendo Switch port. Sorry, that game is not going to run on a Switch. Come on.
At some point, probably, yeah.
Jesus. CG Projekt Red appears to value their opinion of their fans a lot, as seen within the statement made by Mammons regarding microtransactions in Cyberpunk 2077. Quote, I think it's a bad idea to do microtransactions. After you release a game, it seems like it's very profitable, though. It's probably a hard decision for the guy that runs the business to decide if you should do it or not. But if everyone hates it, why would you want to do something that would lose the goodwill of our customers? Simple.
Yeah. But to be fair, like I'm assuming everybody expected this from CD Projekt Red.
No,
because this is a very similar stance they took with Witcher 3, and they've poked fun at what was it, Skyrim, one of the Elder Scrolls games, like selling armor for your horse. They poked fun of that when they had to release Witcher 3 back in the day.
But that's very true. Bethesda also poked fun of single player games not being around and then released only multiplayer games the next year.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, but Bethesda.
The reason I didn't expect it is because there is a multiplayer aspect to this game. So even if there was microtransactions in that, I would have been okay with it. If you're going to give me this huge 100, 200 hour world to play in, and then you do a multiplayer mode as well, and that has microtransactions, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like,
right.
Yeah.
The only thing is, like, the multiplayer mode's not confirmed yet. They said they're working on it, and they don't know if it'll be in the full game. Yeah, so it'd be funny if they release the full game and they're like, okay, we're going to put in multiplayer mode, and they're like, we're going to attach microtransactions to this.
That's what I mean. They wouldn't do that. Like that seems stupid. Yeah. That seems like a stupid move. But I was like, I would have been a little bit more, is the word ambiguous? No, I can't even say the word. Don't even try. Ambiguous. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Of my answers there. Because I would have alluded to not having it, but not shut the door on it. Because now, if Cyberpunk 2077's multiplayer is amazing, and they do it as like a separate shoot-off free-to-play, or something like that, they can never make money on that now.
Yeah.
Because they are going to look very, very stupid, and they will lose the goodwill of their players, if that's the case.
To be fair, reading this quote, it doesn't seem like he said no necessarily.
I mean, it says, I think it's a bad idea to have microtransactions after you release a game. That's pretty much a no.
That's not a no. That's pretty ambiguous.
Why would you do something like that and lose the goodwill of our customers? Why would we do something like that?
It's not a no. I'm just saying it's not a no. I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. I'm on your side. I'm just saying they didn't say no. And as far as being ambiguous, that is very ambiguous.
I don't think that's ambiguous at all. That is very much no. We're not doing it.
I don't see no anywhere in there.
No.
I'm just saying, I don't see the word no. I don't see them saying no, we will not have microtransactions. I think what that reads more so to me is like, it's not on my head to choose if we have microtransactions or not.
Whatever. Games with Gold this month. Games with Gold. Tembo, the Badass Elephant, October 1st to October 31st. Friday the 13th from October 16th to November 15th. Disney's Bolt from October 1st to October 15th. Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge from October 16th to October 31st. Crash. That is it.
Fixed.
We managed to get an hour out of this show. Well done. I'm proud of you.
It's not quite an hour yet. It's close, but it's not quite an hour.
It's an hour. It's fine. It's an hour.
Yeah.
Let's plug.
If we had a few more questions, a few more questions, just like,
Shout out to Moody, by the way. He did ask a question. I just didn't want to answer it again because it's just the same old question. Look, I'll tell you all now. I don't want any more questions of, you're on a desert island and you can only play one game. If you could bring back one franchise, what would it be? Like, those questions are so played out now. And unless you're going to put like a really good spin on it, I don't really want to put them on the show anymore. Because it's just we've done them so much now. We really have. And
I mean, we had a question that was similar to that about a week or two ago, I feel like.
Yeah.
It was relatively recently.
Yeah. So, that's the right reason I didn't make it. Not that I'm ignoring you, just so you're aware. Let's plug. Get ourselves out of it, Chris. What have you got to plug?
Twitter.com/Crushnick, please.
Twitter?
I don't know how that works. I'm plugging my Twitter, okay? Not my Twitch.
Wow.
I plug my Twitch all the time. I just want to, shake things up. Be a little bit different. Be a little bit spontaneous. Fix.
I mean, you can promote more than one thing on a show that you co-host,
yeah,
right?
but look, Fix. If I promote more than one thing.
Your branding's so bad that it's all over the place.
There you go. Thank you.
I understand. So one more time. Sorry, what is your Twitter? One more time.
I don't even want to promote anymore. I'm hurt now. I feel hurt.
You can follow betrayed. You can follow me everywhere at MC Fixer, and that's what I love when people are like, "Why did you put the MC in front of your name?" It's like, number 1, SEO. Number 2, branding. Number 3, what does MC stand for? We don't know anymore because I'm not really a rapper, so I can't really really say it's that anymore. Can't really say it's that anymore.
You should make a rap for the intro to My Xbox and Me.
This is my Xbox and me. Said my Xbox and me. Let's go now. My Xbox and me. Said my Xbox and me.
I regret that I said that. Like really.
You're welcome. My raps
some
are
solid
file.
regrets.
My raps are file. Until next time, I will love you, leave you. See you later. Goodbye.